welcome back. Happy Saturday. So today I have the Bad Habit Fantasia palette for you. I got this the same time that I got the liquid lipsticks from Shop Hush. This palette though, I've got thoughts. I have thoughts on, yeah, I've got thoughts. So, and I also have a demo. So if you guys want to see my thoughts and the demo, stick around because those will be coming up right about now. And while you're sticking around, hit that subscribe button right quick. Leave a comment in the comment section and thumbs up if you like this video. But yeah, let's just get into this right now. Okay guys, so the new Fantasia palette from Bad Habit dropped, I think, last week, maybe. Today is July 14th. And I think it dropped last week. I don't remember. Well, no, yeah, it did drop last week because I got it the day that it dropped. It dropped last week, and it is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. The Tropic palette from Natasha Denona is $129, and there was some controversy. Seriously, yo, the makeup community, I swear to God, there's a new controversy every week. At least once a week we have one. But there was a controversy when this palette first came out. Not this palette, sorry, the Tropic palette from Natasha Denona. There was some controversy because apparently the total weight of the palette was less than her previous palettes, and she had she was selling it for the same price. And then when people called her out for it on Instagram, she took to either Snapchat or Instagram stories and said that the reason that the weight was different was because she was using new materials for the shadows, and those materials were lighter. So that doesn't make a lot of... I'm not even going to get to it. I don't care. I was never going to get that palette anyway. $129 for some shadows, and from what I've seen of Natasha Denona shadows, they have a hell of a lot of fallout. And if I'm paying $129 for a shadow palette, I don't need fallout. No, I don't want to see it. I really just don't want to see it. But anyway, our lovely local California, well, I'm saying local like I'm in California, our lovely dupe factory, wait, I think Bad Habit is actually a UK company, aren't they? I don't know. Whatever. Our lovely dupe factory, Bad Habit, was kind enough to, you know, release a dupe for the Natasha Denona palette. However, this palette was not without its own controversy because it is more expensive than previous Bad Habit palettes. And if you look in the Shop Hush app, the prices on the Bad Habit palettes are slowly but surely creeping up. Like the Huda dupes for the Huda Obsessions palettes on Shop Hush, they started out at $10 and now they're $12. And the reason that I know that is I picked up 4 of them yesterday because I want to do a comparison with the ones that I have and see if the quality is just as good. And also, this is something that I'm noticing as well from the last couple of Bad Habit palettes that I've gotten. I don't know if it's like the hype, you know, the need to rush out and dupe every new palette that comes out, that they're falling for or succumbing to, but I've noticed that the quality is not as good as it used to be. Like the first couple of Bad Habit palettes I got, like they, for dupes, they were as good as original palettes or even better in some cases. Like, you know, the ABH Subculture dupe was better than the ABH palette itself. But the last couple of palettes I've gotten, I've not been impressed, which brings me to this bad boy here. Okay, so the Fantasia palette, once again, is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Tropical palette, supposedly. However, when I opened the palette and I looked at the shades are in the same shade family, but I don't necessarily think that it is a dupe. This palette comes with 16 shades. There are 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 matte shades. No, sorry, 10 matte shades. Can I count? Yes, I can count. There are 10 matte shades and 2, 4, 5, 5 shimmer shades. It comes with a pretty big mirror, which, you know, standard for Bad Habit. They're very generous with their mirrors. And I've used this palette once. Today, when I was doing the shadow that I have on right now, it was the first time I used the palette. The shades are very soft. This is what one use of the palette resulted in. So the shades are very soft. There is a lot of fallout. And my problem with this palette is that, so, okay, back up. I had an idea of what I wanted to look, the look that I wanted to do when I saw this palette. When I opened the palette and I saw it, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. So I've been thinking of home a lot, and home is Jamaica. And there is a beach in Jamaica called Hellshire Beach, and I love that beach, and I've been thinking about it a lot. We're supposed to be going in August, but I don't think I'm going. I just don't. It's a family trip. I'm not good with those, so I'm probably not going to go. But in any case, I've been thinking about Jamaica a lot, and this beach, Hellshire Beach, keeps popping up into my head. And so I was thinking about the beach early in the morning, because that's when we usually go, and it's just a mix of yellows and oranges and blue from the ocean. And so that was the kind of look that I was going for. So what I did was I set down this shade here, Stratus, as a base, and it kind of blended away to nothing, absolutely nothing. You'll see it. And then I went in with, what's that shade called? I went in with Floating, which looks like a mustard. Once again, it blended away to absolutely nothing. So then I decided, okay, well, let me see if I can mix two colors and maybe get a decent orange. But first I did try to go in with the shade Above It All, which is an orange. And while I did get some color from it, the length of time it took me to build up the little bit of color that I got was just not worth it. So what I did was I went into the dark brown shade Bliss, and then I went into Nimbus, which is a red shade, and I mixed both of them together, and I got slightly more of an orange shade, but it wasn't the shade that I was looking for, so it didn't come out the way that I wanted it to look. But then I decided to keep going anyway, and so I went into Dreamland, which is this really vibrant blue right here, and I tried to create a halo like on the outer corner of my eye, the inner corner, and up in the crease. So because I know that I wanted to use the shade Weightless, which looks like a vibrant yellow gold in the middle of my eye for a halo eye. Now Dreamland looks extremely vibrant, but it, once again, I was packing the shadows on, packing it on, packing it on, packing it on, and the more that I packed, it just kind of flew away in dust on my face, in the air, everything. It just kind of went nowhere. And then, you know, I tried to go in with Nimbus, with Weightless, that vibrant yellow gold, and it would not sit on my lid. So then I had to go in and get my my LA Splash sticky base, and that was the only way that I got that color, which is a shimmer shade. That's the only way I got that shade to sit down on my lid. And then, you know, it kind of obscured the blue, so then I had to go back in to the blue again and try to pack it onto my lid. But the more that I packed it onto my lid, the more patchy it became, and it looks really vibrant on camera. Yes, I checked, okay? It looks really vibrant on camera right now, but in reality it is very patchy. It doesn't look like saturated color. It looks really dusty. There are patches here and patches there. Now, also missing from this palette is a dark enough shade for me to use as a crease color, so I didn't even bother to use a crease color. I mean, you'll see in the video halfway through it, I just become so frustrated that I stop. Like, I turned the camera off and I stopped because I couldn't be bothered anymore. But I tried to go in with this dark chocolate shade here, Bliss, to try to darken out my outer corner. Didn't work. It just blew away. There was like nothing there. And so I closed the palette before I started cursing, and I went into my Sephora Pro palette, got the black shade that's from that palette, and I just kind of joined it with my liner and smudged out my bottom lash. Then I did my lashes, and I was done with this palette. Now, I'm not confused. I will say I am incredibly disappointed. Like I said, Bad Habit has been raising the prices on their palettes, and the quality seems to be dropping on the palette. This particular palette cost $16, and everybody was up in arms about it because, you know, this is their most expensive palette to date. And I mean, I wasn't upset about it at first because I was just like, whatever, you know, it's still cheap. It's not like expensive. So it really shouldn't be a problem for people. But now that I've used the palette and it is underperforming and underwhelming, I'm a little bit pissed off because I can't get my $16 back. Because, you know, you buy it from Shop Hush, you can't return anything. So this crappy palette is mine for keeps. And I am less than enthused about that prospect. But yeah, this palette it's not worth it. And not, I'm gonna say this though, I don't think it's worth it for someone my complexion. I have seen this palette used on other people that are much lighter than me, and they don't seem to have the same problem with this palette. But for someone of my complexion or darker, leave this palette alone because the colors are not going to show up on you. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, see what's going on here. I don't know if the camera is picking up, you know, some of the colors, because sometimes the camera can tend to pick up colors better than the eye can, simply because, you know, it's programmed to pick up more colors. But in real life, like, it just looks really gross and patchy. And honestly, I can't wait to take it off because this wasn't what I was going for at all. I was looking forward to vibrant, saturated colors, and this ain't it. It's not. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this Bad Habit Fantasia, well, Tropic palette Fantasia dupe. Wait, was that correct? I mean, pretty sure I could have said that another way. Can't figure out how right now. But in any case, thank you guys for watching. I hope that I was helpful in helping you figure out whether or not you wanted to get this palette, especially if you're my complexion. Just know that this palette is not for you. The colors are going to blend away to nothing. It is basically dust in a palette, and save your $16. You guys know I'm one for dupes. I don't mind dupes. People have their thoughts about dupes, you know, good, bad, whatever. I, personally speaking, I don't care. But if I'm gonna get a dupe and I'm gonna spend money on a dupe, even if it's an inexpensive dupe, I expect it to work. You know, I expect it to do something. I don't expect to have to work that hard for basically no payoff, and this is basically no payoff for me. I'm pretty sure if I hung out outside for the next couple of hours, because it's probably about 90 degrees outside right now, I'm pretty sure if I hung out outside for the next couple of hours, by the time I came back in, all of this would be gone off of my eye. All of it. Except for the part that I use with the glitter glue. All of it would be gone. So yeah, this ain't worth it. This ain't it. They can try again. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!